guys, welcome back to another reading. And if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Afra. I'm an intuitive tarot and I do tarot readings here on my channel. Today I am going to be doing a reading on Mert, Ramazan, Demir, and Afra. I'm so sorry if I'm somehow pronouncing their names wrong. This is my first time doing a reading on them. I did get requested to do this reading, and so today I'm going to be doing a reading on this too. And first I'm going to be getting into their bond so I can get an idea of who these people are, what are their personalities, how they are with each other, and then I'm going to get into their current energy of each other, okay? So let's take a look of how their bond is like. How is the bond between Mert and Afra? How is the bond between Mert and Afra? How is the bond between these two? How is the bond between these two? Okay. How is the bond between Mert and Afra? Okay. How is the bond between Mert and Afra? How is the bond between Mert and Afra? Okay, those are a lot of cards, and we're just gonna get a few. And one more. Alright, you guys, so first of all, what I'm seeing here with their bond is that their bond is not on the best terms right now. I'm picking some terms of loss, some terms of heartbreak, some terms of burden and feeling tied, and one of them feels like the moving on and all that. Okay, so that I'm seeing like a lot of mess and a lot of down energies over here. But I want to focus on how they are as a bond first, and then I know that's gonna come with the current energy, since the energy is really taking over here, like the current energy is taking over. But when it comes to Mert and Afra, I do feel like their bond, before this mess probably was a peaceful bond. I feel like they really valued each other a lot. And I feel like they found comfort with each other. I feel like one of them, probably was a calm or reserved person, or a bit more shy, but I feel like with the other person they were able to open up, they were able to get out their playful side. And I feel like there was also a person that was playful and was cheerful. They were bold, and I felt like they were like childish around the other person. So I feel like they both were able to be very comfortable with each other, but they also reflected other sides of themselves, okay? They were able to be themselves, but also they brought out that beautiful side of the other. Like, I feel like Mert brought a beautiful side of Afra that, she isn't normally with other people. And I feel like for Afra as well, she brought a certain side of Mert that, was different and, more lively, okay? And I feel like right now there is some certain problems maybe going on with their bond. Like, I do see there's like a bit of heartbreak and, burdens and a sense of loss. So I'm not sure if they're on the best terms right now, but I'm going to get more into that right now, okay? So let's see over here. First, I'm going to be starting with Mert towards Afra. Okay, let's see. What is his current energy towards Afra? Let's see. What is Mert's current energy towards Afra? What is Mert's current energy towards Afra? What is Mert's current energy towards Afra? Okay. Okay. Alright, you guys. So right off the bat, I'm getting the Lovers as the first card over here, okay? And I also sensed this like at the beginning, but I'm getting a confirmation over here. So I feel like definitely there was / is a romantic relationship between the two of them. I do feel like here with the Lovers, there was definitely romantic feelings and mutual love between the two of them, okay? And I feel like, they both felt really balanced to each other, and I feel like Mert felt balanced with Afra, and there was like a back and forth between the two of them, you know, and I feel like maybe their bond started off as friendship and maybe developed to love, because I'm getting maybe it started off as friendship, or they were a bit friendly over each other, or they knew each other for a long time and then things developed that way, okay? And I feel like he really felt protective of her, and he felt that, you know, he wanted to be there for her, and I feel like they both were there for each other, and I feel like Mert had a lot of dreams and wishes for their bond, and I feel like he did see Afra as like the sunshine, as, you know, this person that brought off a brighter side of him, okay? And so I feel like he really envisioned a lot of things for them, but I feel like right now when it comes to him and her, he does feel like maybe a new beginning is best for him. I feel like a lot of times he did keep things in when it comes to her and his bond. I feel like maybe they did have problems in the past, and sort of he did, you know, try to fix things, and he, you know, I feel like there was like maybe a back and forth between the two of them. Like maybe they would break up or they would fight and then they would go back together and all of that. And so I feel like when it comes to him, like I feel like he feels like that always he's maybe trying to fix their bond or trying to fix things between the two of them, but I feel like right now maybe he feels like it's best to stay in his own, you know, bubble and, you know, sort of block things off between the two of them. Though I still do feel like that he does have care and love for her still, but I feel like he feels like maybe the cycle needs to end, like, you know, till he feels like till when, like, are things gonna be going in the same cycle where we're on and off, on and off, on and off. And so there's like a sense of him of feeling that maybe it's best for me to not be the one that fixes things between the two of us right now, okay? Okay, so that's some deep energy over there. Let's see, anything else that Mert feels towards Afra. Let's see. Anything else that Mert feels towards him and Afra? Okay. Yeah, you guys, so I do feel like definitely like there's a sense of feeling backstabbed, feeling hurt, feeling not sure what to do. And so I feel like when it comes to him, I feel like he felt at loss what to do when it comes to him and Afra, okay? I feel like there was a sense of loss that, should I fix between us? I feel like he even tried to fix between the two of them. I feel like there was communication of him trying to fix things between the two of them, but I feel like maybe Afra was a bit more against the idea. Maybe there was a fight that happened between them as well. So I feel like there was definitely a big argument, disagreement, which led things to here. And so I feel like when it comes to Mert, I feel like also he's really trying to do the right thing. Like, I want to do the right thing. Like, I don't want to mess up this bond that we have. I don't want to, you know, this bond that we share to be gone or just fade away. So I feel like he tried a lot to fix between the two of them. But I feel like he's at the same time pulled between his mind telling him to move forward, and he probably already has moved forward, but I'm telling you guys about the energy before that, you know, should I follow my mind or should I follow my heart that tells me that I should just keep fixing things with her and, you know, maybe things will be better. But I feel like he sort of followed his mind, okay? And his mind telling him that maybe it's best to like move on and just, you know, not be the first person to fix things, okay? Because I feel like maybe he was the person that mostly, you know, took the first step to fix things, okay? And so I feel like he was going with this battle between his mind and heart, okay? But I feel like right now he feels that, you know, maybe it's best to maintain distance right now and not try to fix things, okay? But I feel like really when it comes to her, you know, she was someone that he felt really comfortable with, and he probably even let his guard down with her, okay? But I feel like right now there is like a sense of him feeling that maybe it's not best, at least for me, to be the first one to fix things, okay? Because I feel like maybe at the beginning of the problem he tried to fix it, but things did not go his way, okay? And so I feel like maybe right now he feels like, yeah, it's now I should move on, okay? Now when it comes to Afra, let's see, what is her current energy towards Mert? What is her current energy towards? What is Afra's current energy towards Mert? What is her current energy towards him? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, guys, so with him, I feel like she felt really comfortable. She felt very homely. She felt like she didn't need to, put a lot of effort maybe when it comes to her bond with him or, expressing herself. Like, she felt like they really knew each other very well and they had like this really great dynamic, okay? And I feel like she also had a lot of love for him that almost like it softened her up and made her more giddy and more sort of softer or baby-like, almost like this giddy feeling inside of you that makes you feel that you can melt into being around with someone and just let your guard down almost, okay? Like, I feel like she felt like him being around made her feel safe, that she didn't have to do a lot, okay? And so I feel like, she felt really happy in their bond. She felt like he was someone very special. But I feel like right now she does feel like there's like a lot of people that came between the two of them. He with the devil, I'm picking multiple third people. Maybe from his side there is maybe someone in his life that tried to come between the two of them, or maybe there is people that did say things between the two of them that sort of caused these fights or caused this chaos. Okay, so I do feel like there is a lot of involvement of third people from either both sides or between the two of them, okay? And so I feel like when it comes to her bond with him, I feel like she does feel like a sense of sadness, a sense of loss, and a sense that maybe this bond is over and done for, okay? I feel like sometimes it's not like she doesn't think about him, it's not that she doesn't want to message him. I do feel like that she does think about messaging and, fixing things, but at the same time, she's like, I probably should focus on myself and focus on my career, and, I also feel like that he's sort of far away from me right now. Like, I feel like there is a great distance between us that maybe I never felt before. So she's feeling that there is like a big, distance between the two of them. I feel like she does have emotions for him. She does still have a soft spot for him. But there's a sense of her feeling that, it's almost like we're oceans part away. Like, we're really far away right now. So maybe it's just best for me to move forward in my life and, focus on my career, okay? And probably he even moved on with his life, okay? She does view it that way, okay? Let's see. Anything else that Afra is feeling towards Mert? Anything that Afra is feeling towards Mert? Anything that Afra is feeling? Interesting. Yeah, guys, so I feel like with Afra, I feel like she's sort of craving, having more self-control of herself or success or, growing her career even more. And so I feel like she's trying to show strength and being composed, but I feel like there is a lot of, down energy of her feeling emotional as well when it comes to her situation with Mert, okay? I feel like definitely he was someone that made her happy, someone that made her feel special, and she also felt special about him. And again, with the Page of Cups, I feel like she does think about him, and maybe sometimes she does think that, okay, maybe I should message him or talk with him and, break the ice. But I feel like right now she does feel like it's almost like a loss. Like, right now, maybe there is no going back, okay? I'm also picking the co-workers card over here. So maybe they did work together in the past and maybe that's what connected them. And so I feel like Afra feels that, you know, maybe them working together was the thing that brought them together and what made them do a fresh start over and over. But I feel like right now she feels like unless like they work together again, maybe it is hard for them to rebuild things, okay? So I feel like she's also trying to be cold and trying to be practical and not really let her heart take over, okay? But I feel like, you know, she still thinks about him, and the Page of Cups came twice, so I feel like maybe she is thinking about messaging him, but right now she's trying to stop herself from doing that, okay? But, you know, if you guys are wondering like if maybe their bond is gonna reconnect or not, I do see like there's a chance if Afra takes a step, because I feel like Mert does not really want to take a step right now. Like he's taking a step back and feeling that maybe it's not best for me to do that, and you know our bond is probably over now, okay? But I feel like Afra is really like thinking about taking a step, but she's also trying to hold herself back, okay? Let's see here with these cards. How are both Afra, Sarah, and Mert feeling their bond? Destiny and reunion. I'm struggling to find the right path, and also with reunion, we will always come back to each other. Yeah, so you guys, I feel like they both are struggling to find what they should do right now. I feel like they both do have an idea that, okay, maybe I'm gonna move on or I'm gonna move forward. But there's also like this feeling about them that, is it really over? Because we usually always come back to each other. Like I mentioned, you guys, I felt a feeling that they both would be on and off a lot of times, or they would fight and they would reconnect. And so with the reunion card, they both feel like they will always come back to each other. But right now, it feels a bit hard. It feels a bit difficult to find the right path to reuniting. And so they almost feel like it's over, but there's a little thought and hope inside of their mind that maybe we will reconnect at the end of this. But where is the path to that? How am I gonna get into that? Okay, now let's see for Mert towards Afra. Any message that Mert has for Afra? Confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. Yeah, so Mert does have a certain confusion about his bond with her. I feel like I mentioned, you guys, I feel like he tried to fix things with her before, you know, it got to this point. So I feel like he definitely tried to fix things. He wanted to make the clear and right decision about the two of them, so he doesn't feel guilty or regretful about it later. And so for here, he does feel unclear about their stand and exactly what she's thinking. He feels confusion. He doesn't know what's going on inside of her mind exactly. Because I feel like sometimes maybe he would feel that, you know, she does feel a certain way, but she shows the opposite. Or, yeah, like I feel like he does feel confused about her, okay? So he doesn't feel sure about where they exactly stand right now. Like he knows that they both are disconnected, but he's not sure if this is the end of it, or maybe there is a chance for a reunion later, because he feels like they both have disconnected a lot of times already, and then they ended up reconnecting. Okay, so I feel like sometimes he thinks that, okay, it's over, I'm moving on, and that's it. But then he's like, maybe there's like a sign that he gets that, are we really gonna get back together? It's like that type of way. Okay, now for Afra. Absence. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. Yes, you guys, like I mentioned, I feel like Afra is going back and forth about messaging him, and so this card really makes a lot of sense that she does feel his absence, and she does feel like a part of her is missing without him. Okay, and so I feel like she's going back and forth. Should I message him? Should I not? Because, you know, I feel like she does miss him, but I feel like she's also trying to be practical and trying to be hard on herself and go where her mind is telling her that, okay, you should focus on your career and that's it, okay? But she does feel a sense of missing, and she does feel his absence, so I feel like she's going back and forth if she should reconnect with him or not, okay? So yeah, you guys, that's what I'm picking for Mert and Afra. I hope this reading makes sense for you guys, and it's my first time doing this reading, so let me down in the comments if this reading resonated or it did feel accurate to you guys. If you guys would like an update reading on the two of them, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear you guys' feedback, and if you guys like this reading, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I also have a membership if you guys would like to ask about any other celebrities or any questions about Mert and Afra Sara, I do have the link down in the membership down below. But other than that, thank you guys so much. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye.